Great Chair, comrades, it's a fantastic pleasure to be speaking here for the full time at the Durham Miners' Gala. Fantastic as well that the old cow Thatcher is dead and I'm speaking here rotting underneath. And you know, my good mate Ricky Tomlinson said about the old bill, they can't count. Well, they never can count. I feel sorry for Len McCluskey. They bring the same copper to investigate the Falkirk by-election. They got no chance of calculating what took place up there. Because the reality is this, brothers and sisters, all these banners that have been marching down here today with the slogans on them, unity is strength, fellowship of life, solidarity, are not just bits of words that we use over rhetoric, it's things that we've learned over 150 years. You see, over 100 years ago, when this Durham Miners' Gala was operating, this organisation, the Durham Miners, with my union, was affiliated to the Liberal Party. We was affiliated to the Liberal Party because we believed that the Liberal Party was the party for workers. But we broke with the Liberals, and a party of Labour was set up over 100 years ago. You know, Keir Hardie, on those banners that people praise, went into the Scottish coalfields and he was told that he was a splitter. He had stones thrown at him. They said that he should stay in the Liberal Party and turn the Liberal Party into a party of what they wanted. Well, brothers and sisters, what trade unions do in their own organisations a matter for them. But we got expelled from the Labour Party 8 years ago for one reason and one reason only. That we decided to give money to MPs that wanted to fight for working people, and we were fed up of giving money to MPs that was putting the boot into working people with a red rosette on. When Thatcher died, I thought for a sudden her ghost to come back this week. All of a sudden Tony Blair popped up on the TV. They wheeled him out. How low can you get to talk about Blair coming up there, a liar, coming onto the TV and telling us what's best for working men and working women? Someone said to me, would you feel safe with Tony Blair? I'll feel more safe in a telephone box with a boa constrictor than I will with him. And the reality is simple regarding what's taking place, is that we need policies out there that support working men and working women. When we talk about struggle, we have to recognise the fact about what struggle takes place. You know, struggle's not just about the ballot box. It's about winning the hearts and minds of people. You see, Nelson Mandela, that fantastic leader in South Africa, for over 24 years, while he remained in prison, could have come out and bended his knee. They asked him just to come out and say he was against what the ANC was doing and he would be released. But you see, Mandela understood that while he remained in prison, he wasn't the prisoner. The real prisoners was the South African apartheid government, who he got publicity for to say what was taking place about wrongs and rights of someone for the colour of your skin. Now the reality is, brothers and sisters, is this, is that the Labour Party, the Liberals and the Tories, their policies are near enough identical. I challenge anyone to tell me, do they support privatisation, all three of them? And they do. Do they support keeping the anti-trade union laws? They do. Do they support illegal wars around the world? They do. And do they support the European Union? They do. By the way, I'm not opposed to Europeans. I'm opposed to the European Union, whose device is for the bosses to make bigger profits at the expense of working people. Don't listen to those people who say that you're against the European Union. You're a UKIP supporter. The UKIP, we know what they are. They're Tories. They support privatisation. I tell you what, I've got more in common with a Chinese labourer than I have with a City of London stockbroker. So therefore, brothers and sisters, I raise the question with you. If the Labour Party today was formed in its present style, would you join them as an organisation? Of course you would. You want a party of going out there that's going to fight for you. And what we really want at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, is pretty simple, isn't it? We ask for a job for every single person. We ask for decent pay. We ask for a national health service. We ask for comprehensive education. We ask for decent pensions. We ask for a world that lives in peace. And all of them can't happen under capital. You see, in my rule book's clear. when we formed the Labour Party over 100 years ago, my union, that it weren't just a question of policies that we was against, it was the opposition of capitalism. Capitalism has failed. It fails to give jobs. It falls into social deprivation. It fails to give housing. I never set up just to tweak about capital. I want to smash capitalism and every rotten thing that it stands for. Therefore, brothers and sisters, today, my members in Churchill Cleaners on poverty pay go into a 2-week strike, battling for pay and conditions. Yes, we've got some great Labour MPs, and I'll be on the doorstep for my mate John McDonnell, knocking on the door for him when he's up for election. But where's the rest of them? Where's the rest of them by the side of you? They say there's nothing they can do, that austerity's here to stay. Well, of course there's something to do. Ain't unusual about nationalisation. Nationalisation was a Tory concept originally. Thatcher, in 1970s, when she was the industry minister, she nationalised Rolls-Royce. Oldest trick in the book. You bring a company in, you give it tax from the people, and you give it back to your friends in the city. Why is it that we only can talk about nationalisation of companies that are going bankrupt? If you can bring the lame ducks in, let's bring the white swans back, the banks, the insurance companies, and the commanding elites of society to use that money for the benefit of people. So therefore, brothers and sisters, my position's absolutely clear, my union is absolutely clear, that we want a party of Labour. The reality is, this ain't going to stop about opting into the Labour Party. The Tories will now put on the agenda that you're going to have to opt into any political fund whatsoever, because they don't want you to have no political representation. Just like the banner down the road with an advocate on the front. When miners years ago couldn't read and write, they employed an advocate to speak on their behalf. Then they become representatives of themselves and then become a union. Therefore, we want a party that's going to roll its sleeves up in Parliament and an organised militant trade union in the workplace that's going to fight for working people. The attacks on Len McCluskey this week is an absolute disgrace. Don't feel paranoid, Len. He won't even speak on the platform with me, never mind just attacking you. To say that you're going to bring a copper in and you're part of the family, have a row with your missus and bring the police in, I've never known anything like it in my life. But meetings like this, brothers and sisters, this is what it's all about. Meetings like this give us the reaffirm our commitment to the belief, to what we stand for, industrial trade unionism, for what we stand for. And I'll tell you what we stand for, brothers and sisters. We stand for a concept which is called socialism. I'm proud to be a socialist, and I'm proud to be a militant, and I'm proud to be an